Stories don't always end where the pain begins. Some are buried, forgotten, or sold off before they ever had a chance to grow. I'm Mr. Unprofessional, and this is Echoes of the Silver Screen. Tonight we return to a world first imagined by others and carried forward through silence, survival, and the heartbeat of dreams not yet broken. This is Episode 2. Joseph Dreams of Destiny, Part 2. A boy is torn from his brother's hands. Chains replace robes, and across the burning sands of Egypt, destiny awaits. Welcome. Let's begin. The cold had crept in quietly. At first, Joseph had barely noticed it, but now it had settled into his bones. A dull ache that grew heavier with each breath. He pressed himself against the dirt wall, its rough edge scraping his shoulders as he shifted. Above him the silver of sky had deepened to dusk. His voice had long since broken, his throat raw from shouting their names. Even when his hope began to splinter, he'd kept calling, until the silence answered louder than they ever did. He sat in the dark, his arms wrapped around his knees, trying to hold in warmth that memory alone could no longer give. His fingers, once nimble with dreams, now trembled. And then a sound. Faint at first, almost imagined, but it turned a deep rhythmic tremor that rolled through the ground beneath him. He lifted his head. Dust floated down in tiny clouds from the pit walls, and there it was, distant but growing. A low thunder of hooves, the metallic clatter of chains, voices foreign, barking orders, and the smell. A caravan. He didn't fully understand what was happening, not until the rope dropped into the pit like a noose, and hands, rough, impatient, reached down and seized him. They didn't say his name. They didn't ask if he was ready. They pulled him up like cargo. The light burned. It poured over him with the cruel indifference of the desert sun, washing away what little strength he had left. Joseph squinted. His limbs dangled for a moment, then dropped hard onto the packed ground. He looked around through lashes crusted with dust. Camels shifted. Coins glinted. One man examined him like livestock. "What's he worth?" the merchant asked, spitting into the sand. "Strong back, good with animals," Levi answered. The lie came quick, polished. Joseph turned towards the voice. For a moment, their eyes met. There had once been laughter there, shared jokes, secret games, and the kind that only brothers understood. Now there was nothing. Not even hate, just absence. "Sell him cheap," another brother muttered. "He's more trouble than he's worth." Joseph didn't speak. Didn't move. He watched silver flash between palms, heard the clink of coins as if from underwater. That was the moment he stopped being a brother, a son, even a boy. That was the moment he became property. The rope around his wrists chafed with each step. He wasn't dragged, not quite, but he wasn't led with care either. He was just expected to follow. The sand burned his soles until his skin peeled raw. His feet bled in silence. He bit the inside of his cheek just to stay upright. Around him the caravan pulsed with rhythm of survival. Camel hooves thudding, leather straps creaking, merchants shouting deals in tongues he didn't know. They stopped only to drink or beat the stragglers. Neither happened often. He walked through the days like a shadow. The sun above him no longer marked time, only punishment. The wind offered no coolness, only grit between his teeth. At night the stars returned, not as wonder, not anymore, but as ghosts. The same stars he'd once seen bowing low in his dreams. Now they looked down on him with cold detachment. He dreamed still, even while walking. Strange waking dreams where sheaves of wheat leaned into dust, where stars blinked like distant eyes full of pity. But he always woke with rope burns and a mouthful of sand, the dreams giving no comfort here. The land changed without warning. Mountains of stone rose out of the sand like sleeping gods. Walls carved with symbols he didn't understand stretched towards the sky. The air thickened, a humid mixture of river water, smoke, and something else, a sweetness gone bitter at the edge. People flooded the streets, their skin, their clothes, their tongues, all different. The world had cracked open, and Joseph stood at the center of a place that had never dreamed of him. The slave market stank of heat and men. Chains clinked, animals bellowed. He was shoved forward, stripped again, handled like meat. Buyers prodded his ribs, pulled his jaw, checked his back for scars. He didn't flinch. He had learned something already. Showing pain was invitation, and there was enough takers. Then, a silence. A man stood just beyond the dust, not shouting, not moving, just watching. Robes of deep linen, an amulet at his chest, eyes like flint. He stepped forward. "That one," he said. No questions, no negotiations. Joseph caught his breath, not from hope, but from the sudden stillness in the noise. He didn't know the name yet, didn't know the title, but it would echo for years. Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. The rope was cut, a new tether slipped over his wrists, softer, but no freer. He walked behind the man, not because he trusted him, but because there was nowhere else to go. He didn't know the language, didn't know the customs, didn't even know what day it was. But deep in the hollow of his chest, beneath the bruises and dust, something still stirred. Not loudly or brightly, but it stirred. A breath, a thread, a dream. Still alive, not yet broken. Thank you for walking deeper into the story with me tonight. Some dreams don't vanish when everything else is taken. They bury themselves beneath the dust and wait to rise. Joseph has lost his place, his name, even the voices that called him home once. But not the dream. Not yet. I am Mr. Unprofessional, and this has been Echoes of the Silver Screen. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep remembering, and keep carrying the echoes forward.